This ritual has been passed down throughout the centuries and originates from the British Isles during the Middle Ages, where it was viewed as devil worship by Puritans and a way to protect your home by those who specifically knew what was really standing in the fields was not the devil himself. It was something else. If you completed this successfully, the ritual will ensure you 1 year of safety, physical, and or mental, depending on the events during the ritual. For this ritual, you will need a house in the countryside, preferably with a field of crops out back. Technically, all that's required is a large backyard, like a farm or something. The larger the better, but success has only come from houses in the countryside. So if you live in a city, you might want to go to like an abandoned house or something. A candle. Attempting to use a flashlight, cell phone, or any other electronic source will be unsuccessful, causing the relay source to flicker and die after only a few seconds. Which is why either a candle, an oil lamp, or any sort of non-electric illumination is recommended. A crucifix? I'll explain to you this why you need one of these later. A watch or clock to carry around with you. Again, cell phones will not work during this ritual. To begin this ritual, make sure it's late enough for no one around to be outside. Then, make sure that the sun has set. The beginning of the ritual is based around which will not appear if anyone other than the summoner is around to protect its presence. The earliest successful summon was 9 o'clock. Light your candle. Go out into your yard and whisper 7 times, but who will scare the crow away while facing the house? On the 7th whisper, you should hear from behind you. That's not your biggest problem. Walk back inside the house without looking back. As soon as you reach the house, get inside, close the door. Now the ritual begins. Everything in your house that can open has. Take your crucifix into a room with only one door. Close the door, then leave it there. That will be your safe room in case this ritual goes wrong. Make sure all the doors, cupboards, cabinets, and whatever else can open is closed there. If you get into your safe room, you're doomed. Your goal is to close everything that is open before your watch reaches midnight. This sounds easy in description, but think about it. Every bag, every door, every window, every container in your house is just open. The challenge isn't closing them. It's remembering all of them. As you make your way around the darkened house, you will notice out of the corner of your eye, you will be able to see a man dressed in simple form of clothes. Out of the corner of your eye. I don't know why you said it twice, but his skin is ash gray. Do not look at him. And whatever you do, don't look directly in his eyes. But don't be afraid of him. This is not the man in the fields. He is merely a herald, a referee of sorts to make sure you're closing every container. He will be following you, but he will not get in your way. Make sure not to look out into your backyard. If you do, you will notice that there's a scarecrow that wasn't there. Its head is a cow skull, and its limbs are impossibly long versions of human beings on his legs. While the skin on his arm and legs is pale, they are not skeletal. The only thing that is missing is a head. If you fail the ritual, or do not reach your safe room in time, he will take yours. The reason why I'm telling you not to look out in the backyard is that you will notice the scarecrow. He will also notice you. That he will then begin to get off his post. This is the man in the fields. If you don't look in your backyard, don't see the post and the scarecrow. You'll have until midnight to complete the ritual. If you are 100% sure that everything in your house that can open is closed, make your way into your bed and go to sleep. For exactly 1 year, you will have complete and total safety in everything you do, depending on when you started the ritual. If you started this 3 hours from midnight, you will only be completely physically safe. A lot of people has used this to elongate their lives past, where they would normally end. Like people like cancer patients and the elderly, they would perform this ritual. If you start 2 hours from midnight, you will not only be physically safe, but financially safe for a year. You could quit your job and still never have a need for money. Either you win the lottery, or people just feel compelled to give you things for free. However, you need to set up a plan at the end of the year, as your safety will wear off, then you will lose all the money you have won. Make sure you either set up a business or make some smart investments. If you started the ritual 1 hour from midnight and somehow manage to finish it, which is highly unlikely, you will be completely and totally safe for a year. None of your actions will have any negative consequences. I tell you not to do anything immoral. But if you're going to go through the entire house for the 1 hour, and somehow manage to close all the boxes, doors, windows, cupboards, bags, cabinet, drawers, then you can do whatever the hell you want. But if you did look out in the backyard and saw the man in the fields, you will not get any of this, not even if you finish the ritual. If you looked out in the backyards, the man in the fields will get down off a scarecrow post. He will look at you. He will begin sprinting. You have exactly 1 minute, at most, to get to your safe room. Run inside and lock it tight. Double check to see if everything's closed on the inside. You do not want him getting in. You have to endure him scratching and clawing at the door, shrieking threats and promises of mercy if you open the door. Whatever he says or does, do not open the door. There is no circumstance in which you should leave your safe room to confront the man in the fields. Good luck, and stay safe.